What's going on, everybody? Let's talk about the tariffs. And for those of y'all that come on here and say, he's blogging from a grocery store. Why is he blogging from a grocery store? Listen, this is the best place to talk about inflation, price of groceries going up, and all things tariff related. All right, so I'm at the right place for it. I did need some groceries, so might as well talk to you guys. All right, the tariffs have been interesting. One day we have a tariff, another day we don't have a tariff. So I can understand why the markets have been reacting to them. One thing that I say that I like about Trump is that he does react. Okay, I understand that it's annoying that he'll say that we are going to tariff China, and then we'll go down. So currently, as we speak, the tariff on China still stands. Right now, we're tariffing them at like 140%, and they're doing the same thing to us, which has led to no goods coming into China. No American goods are coming into China right now because at their market level, it's unaffordable to their population. So they've said that, look, we raise tariffs to 100%, 140%. It makes your products unaffordable to our people, so we're not letting in any goods from the United States. Okay, the problem with that is that the world understands who China is. Okay, the world understands that you can't create a monster and then try to decapitate that monster overnight. You can't do that. China is a production economy. We made China a production economy. The whole world did. Everything is made in China, literally. Okay? And now it's going to change to everything's going to be made in India because India and Prime Minister Modi, they want that smoke. You guys don't know that India and China share a border, and they've been multitasking here, and they have a little dispute going on between the borders, so they're like frenemies. Okay, so a situation has come up to where India's like, hey, move your production over here, and some of the companies that produce things in China cheaply have answered the call. One being Apple. Apple has shipped production of its iPhones starting 2026. They're gonna be made in India. Okay, still too expensive to be made in America. All right, I mean, it'll be too expensive if it's made in America. So they kind of have to make it in places where labor is very cheap. So they got to deal with Modi. And ironically, right now as we speak, many countries, because of the tariffs, I mean, we took the tariffs off of everybody and just kept a 10% tariff on everybody, plus the 140% on China. So, but for countries, that's still a problem. So they're coming to make a deal with the United States, which was the whole premise of the tariff thing. Listen, I'm a fan of the tariffs. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm a fan of the tariffs because you have to have a trade relationship that's fair. One country can't let goods that they send come into America. But then when America sends our goods to their country, those goods are sold to that population at a higher price because there's tariffs added to it, to where that particular economy wants you to buy what's made there. Okay, so I agree with the concept behind the tariffs. Now, for those that say, but that's going to make things more expensive here. But if those things are made here and people here are employed to make those things, their wages go up. So if they're paying more for, I don't know, water, but they're earning more, kind of equals out, all right? So we'll continue to talk about it. Once some of these countries make their deals, we'll now see what that looks like, but the monster that needs to make a deal right now is China, and the markets are crazy right now until they do. China's playing hardball. Look, we started a war with them, and one thing about the Chinese is that they don't want to be they don't like to be disrespected, right? Their culture is about respect. and they feel like, you know, America hasn't really treated them fairly. But understand that to do business in China, you have to partner up with a local company. That's not fair. So we'll get to a good place, but this video is too long. We'll continue the trade talks next time. All right, stay blessed, y'all.